So if you're watching this video, chances are you are an independent musician yourself. Every video I'm going to be doing from now on is going to be straight off the cuff. So bear with me as I'm formulating my plots and where I'm going to be going as I make the video at each time. So here's the plan on how I'm going to be documenting my journey from going to around 3,500 monthly listeners on Spotify right now as of March 12th, 2026, and how I think sooner than the end of this year, I will be able to get to 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. It may happen sooner, it may happen later, but the goal is by the end of this year, before 2027. Here's how I plan to do it and how I've gotten to this far so far. I'm not starting at 3,500. I'm just starting to make these videos at 3,500 right now. I wish I started this sooner, but I'm starting now. In January, early January, I had around slightly below 800 monthly listeners. And I'm going to be doing all this entire journey without necessarily paying for ads. So very little budget. The only thing I'm going to be paying for is using my distributor to upload songs and any fees that come with that. So I'm using DistroKid. The only fees I'm going to be using is not only that, and there's this other page called, AI page called Akashi, where I can be able to make lyric videos, and it could just put up some cool backgrounds and juxtapositions of different types of animations or different shit in the background while transcribing my song and having lyrics pop up on the page with that Brat style lyrics that's kind of trendy right now. Because I've seen that work for some pages. Here's the strategy. How I'm going to go from where I'm at right now to 100,000 streams. When I started from 800 in January, I didn't even start there. I started less than 100 in May. But I just started posting every day, right? It started with once on just Instagram, a day on Instagram. And I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew I just wanted to post it. And I got fortunate where one of my videos, it wasn't even music related, but original music related, I should say. But it kind of went viral-ish, and it went slowly viral. On Instagram, it didn't pop off the next day. It kind of went as the weeks kept going by, bit by bit. It started a couple thousand views in the first day. And then as it kept going over the weeks, I started seeing it go up more. And I think it's above 200K views now. So it's not the most viral, but I was just teaching people how to play guitar or do some cool warm-ups. And that's already the conviction that I needed to know. So to know that for free, I can be able to do this. I have plenty of other experiences as well. I've made ads for brands on TikTok. I've started Instagram pages. That's a whole different side story if you want me to get into that. But I don't really feel like that's necessary for this page. I want to show and document how I'm going to do this. How I'm going to make original music and promote it damn near free, other than paying for DistroKid and some fucking lyric page making generator that I could honestly do on myself for free, but just to save time, without paid advertisements, meaning no placements, no playlist placements, no paid Meta ads, Google ads. I'm very tempted, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna, just for the sake of this year, to reach this goal, let's see if I can get to 100K this year without having to pay for it. I think I can do this. I truly think I can do this, all right? Again, here's the strategy. So I posted on Instagram from May all the way up until January. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna release a song every month. I tried doing a song a week back in 2020 when I was making lo-fi music. COVID happened. and then everything got fucked and I was in a completely different mind state then. But right now, I'm really locked in. I got my fitness down. I got everything going. And I learned how to be able to make videos efficiently. And here's the first step. You got to learn how to get videos that not only can have some sort of trending copy meaning the words that you use in the marketing itself. Not only do you have to have that, and incorporate that with your original music, but also be efficient with the videos. The videos shouldn't take you longer than 5 minutes per video, to shoot and edit. Because if you're trying to do all this crazy fucking editing shit, you're probably not going to stay consistent unless you already have a team, or and you'll probably do it once a day. And right now, the way I'm approaching it is going to be a volume game. I'm just going to fucking go at it, find the easiest way to make these videos, get them out there with my songs, and test, right? So what I did from May up until November, late November last year, I was posting every day, at least once a day, right? And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I was testing a single that I had already released in 2024. And I was like, okay, I believe in this song, but I didn't give it the time of day. So the first month I was all right. In May, I'm gonna promote the hell out of this song. Try different hits, you know. And I started seeing some streams, but it was like I was just grateful to have just 12 streams a day. That was something I was grateful for. But I was just grateful for that. And so that first month I was trying that. I was like, okay, let me release another song. So I tried another song, tried promoting it there, doing some performance fucking videos and shit. And some people were like kind of hating on the video, on the songs and stuff. I was all right, whatever. And then the next month I was like, you know what? It was around September-ish. And I was like, okay, I wanted to release this other song I wrote that was kind of more of a grungy kind of feel. I make indie alt rock, right? So it's a mix of between like, it's kind of like Strokes-esque, Two Door Cinema-esque nowadays, but I was doing a lot of grunge shit too, kind of new metal-ish kind of stuff. You know, I'm still trying to figure out my sound. And at the time, I wanted to release like a new metal, like kind of grunge-ish song, but like fucking like this guy Charlie Kirk got shot, and I was like, holy shit, and the world is going crazy. I heard he had a song called Suddenly that it was like fucking like shit was going crazy in the world, and it feels like shit's going crazy, and it's still going crazy right now. It's only gonna get crazier. So I had this song that I had at the time, and I already basically finished it before the song was initially planning to release. So I was like, fuck it, this feels relevant right now, so I'm just gonna release this. And and so I released it, and so people started liking it. I started getting more comments on this song. Now, what was interesting about this song is that at the time, then I started learning more about this guy Troy Titley. He's the front man of Nuns of the Tundra. He's also this kind of like, I hate to use the term marketing guru, but social media music marketing guru. And his emphasis is on music first content, making sure that your music is the value that you're providing in the video, as opposed to trying to make a skit around the song and have your videos be music adjacent. Music adjacent meaning like you do a skit, and then at the end of the video, after a funny ass skit, you fucking you tell about your song or whatever. Or like you ever see those Instagram videos where it's like, oh yeah, what happened to our bass player? Oh, he's in the fucking pond swimming with the fishes or something. I don't know, some stupid video like that. You know, that's cool for getting to know the people, but you can. How many times have you seen a video and you're like, oh yeah, that's funny, and you check out the music and you're like, oh man, music didn't resonate. You want to attract the type of people that already like your music. You want, if there's going to be a filtration system to people bringing people into your ecosystem, it's going to be music first. So they like music first, and then they get to know you. That's the strategy that I'm going to be applying. Shout out to Troy Titley. He's awesome. I'm paying for his monthly thing, so I guess that's another investment that I'm also doing as well. It's like $20, $30. He has a bunch of different, he'd call it his mega folder of like post inspirations, where you just take essentially what's already trending copy and just figure out how you can incorporate that to your videos. His has been the most practical and the most influential to my posting patterns now. And since then, I had noticed such a big increase. So shout out to Troy Titley. Around this time, I was only having around 200 monthly listeners. I hope I don't know if I'm going to pull up my Spotify right here, but maybe I'll edit that later. But at the time, I wasn't doing it. And then when I released Suddenly in September, I started seeing people leaving comments there. I was like, okay. So in the posting strategy that Troy mentions, he talks about, oh, okay, fucking find the best section of your song. So I'm like, okay, well, how do I know what's the best section of the song? So I tested out each week, kinda. Like, basically I tested out each week, like, while I was posting every day. I was like, okay, this first 15 to 30 seconds of the song. How about this 15 to 30 second segment of the song? And the way I would judge whether it's doing well or not is if I got more comments and if I overall got more views based on like that section of the song. I would try to use the same copy and try different sections of the song. So you have to really be analyzing what you're like, the type of section of the song that you're doing and how well it goes, right? So when I started seeing that video, just that song in general was starting to get comments, I was like, oh shit, what part of the song do people resonate with the most? And so it wasn't what I thought was the chorus. It was at the beginning and the intro, and then going into the first verse. I was like, okay. So after I figured that out, I was like, okay, now it's just a matter of finding what's the type of copywriting that I would use, the type of format that I would use that resonates the most. Because at the time I was doing a lot of performance videos, and I guess I think my hypothesis is that people felt like they were being performed at, and being sold to. People don't like being sold to, they like to buy. So that's one marketing / fucking business thing that I learned. So I was like, okay, so like, how do I make it seem like I'm not trying to sell you the song? I'm just trying to invite you into this world. And if you stay along, then that's cool. You want to target the people that are like, want to be the first adopters. That's another Troyism, a Titleyism, I would say. where you want to get the people who are like want to be early investors into the music. Want to be the person who's like, oh, I found that artist before they blew up. Those are the people I want to find. So your marketing copywriting has to reflect that to a degree. So as I started learning that with this song, I was like, okay, people are resonating with the song in general. But I found the best section of the song, and I'm still even tailoring it now, whether it should be 15 or 30 seconds. But even then, regardless, I've been seeing success, whether it was 15 seconds of the intro or 30 seconds of the intro, even sometimes a full minute. And I've seen some videos get up to like 7K views. Here's what's interesting. As I kept testing and I'm starting to learning different parts of the marketing, of the copywriting, like what I was providing on the screen, like whether it be like, oh, you just found POV, you found the song of the summer, or like, for example, one that's been really working for me right now, it's like, it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, I don't care if this shit gets 200 views or flops, that's just how the titties jiggle. But if only one person stays and enjoys this song, then it was so worth it, right? I incorporate some humor there. I saw that copywriting format on other videos before. It's like, oh, I don't care if it gets whatever views and dies. As long as one person enjoys the song, then it was worth it. I wanted to add a little bit of my humor into there. That's how I made it my own. Because me and my friend had a phrase where he'd be like, oh, that's just how the ass claps. That's just how the booty jiggles. That's just how the titties jiggle. And so I was like, I wanted to throw that in there. And people just, sometimes I see comments where people are like, oh, I came for the titties and stayed for the song. And so I like that. And I was like, holy shit. So when I started incorporating that, I was trying up until that point, at this point now, it's like probably November. End of November, I'll never forget. I was like, okay, I tried that format where I just set my phone down and I had that copywriting over 15 or 30 seconds of the song, and then that's it. Like the most low effort video you can have. And what's interesting is that specifically on TikTok, it was converting more than videos of the same view amount. So I would have a performance video and I'm performing and I tried all these different things, and then I was like, okay, and it looked all like not well done, but it was cool. I made it my own little bedroom music video kind of thing. And I said, oh, okay, I would get like 1,000 or 2,000 views sometimes at max. I was like, okay, cool, but it wouldn't reflect crazy on streams. Like the goal is to get people from on TikTok to just seeing it on fucking like either joining my email list, which is something important you want to build, or fucking or obviously streaming. The main goal is really streaming for now. And so I was like, okay. And so then what I saw was that like on 1,000 view video of me performing it, I'd probably, at this point now, I was getting 25, 30 streams maybe at max a day. I was grateful for that. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. People are listening. It's like, and then on the same amount of view video, 1,000 view video, but with that copywriting on TikTok specifically, all of a sudden one day I got like 100 plus streams on the thing. I was like, holy shit. And I was like, damn. And at the time I was posting on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I was like, fuck, where is it coming from? So I wanted, and I had a feeling though that it was coming from TikTok. So what I did is that I stopped posting on Instagram and shorts, on YouTube shorts, just to see how it would do on, if it's coming from TikTok. Because I saw a lot of engagement there, but I also saw some engagement on YouTube and Instagram, and I don't know. So I wanted to test it out. And then sure enough, the streams didn't significantly drop. It kind of stayed the same. And I stopped posting for like Instagram and YouTube shorts for a week, and the streams kept growing up. I was like, holy shit. So I spammed that specific easy format. I'd set the phone down for 15 seconds. It's just me sitting down here. You'll see some of the videos, me just sitting down here, or me in a kitchen, or me just doing something. I was like, okay, fucking hell. It's working. It's working. I'm like, holy shit. So I spammed that shit. And then I started getting more and more streams. That's how I went from like around 200 monthly views, 200 monthly listeners, to around 800. And I was like, okay, people are starting to stream this shit. I was like, wait, so if that's working for my song suddenly, what if I go back to my older song catalog that I want to go towards more now, which is more of an indie rock song? It's called Groupie. And I was like, okay, let's see how it works for that. Same copywriting, same video format, but just now, let's deliberately test out each section of that song now. And then I tried that out, and that started working. Sometimes it was working even better. Now it's working kind of better than fucking the other song that I thought I was doing well. So now I'm posting both of those songs, and I was trying to do that for each new release. Sometimes it even depends on the song too. I would have the same exact copyright and the same type of video format, and like I swear, if you go back on my page, you'll see the same exact thing. I was posting like 8 to 10 times on TikTok just alone, and I was like, oh shit. Just TikTok. I was barely kind of even posting on Instagram a little bit at that point. Like it was probably once every other day or something, and maybe a couple times on YouTube Shorts. But I was seeing most of it from TikTok. And I was like, you know what? Why not just double down on it? So what got me up to like 800 monthly listeners, I was like, holy shit. You know, this is working even through the slow winter time when it was like heavy marketing season for Christmas and fucking New Year's and all that stuff. I was still getting some good streams from my standards. Good streams being like, it wasn't even up to 100 streams a day, but like I was like grateful. Again, I was grateful for 25 to 30 before this started working. I was grateful for 12 streams. So I was like, holy shit, dude. Okay, this is working. So doubled down. And so by the time the new year started coming in, I had this other song where I had a video kind of pop off before I released it, unfortunately, where I was like, yo, white boy, stop making this kind of music. And it was like a new metal kind of song. And and then I turned the screen and it shows my laptop and it's like playing this new song called Legend. And it's like a new metal-y kind of thing. I thought it was pretty cool. It's kind of Rage Against the Machine-esque. And I fucking played it and it was cool. And the video blew up by my standards on TikTok, where it got like up to like 12K streams now. And some guy named Radke, whatever his name is, from Falling in Reverse, he commented on it, and it was kind of cool. And so I was like, oh shit, fucking. So I released that song, and I saw this was interesting. I released that song, started repeating the same video format, not only that video format that I just mentioned of me like, it was like, oh, yo, fucking something happened, and then I show the computer screen and then play the song on the computer itself. I started seeing that started working well. But the thing is that it wasn't converting the most on streams. And I was like, okay, it was doing well on TikTok, but it wasn't converting in streams like it was for my other two songs. So I was like, interesting. Maybe it's the song that's not doing it. I dove into the analytics. It wasn't even hitting 2 streams per listener at the time. And even still now, it's been 2 months plus since I've released that song. And I'm like, that's not necessarily giving me green flags. I've learned green flag indicators on a song that can help out. So okay. So let's review. So post every day. This is what I've been doing. Posting every day. So around January, I posted every day. When I started seeing that copywriting thing was working, converting people to streams for my 2 songs, I started spamming that 8 to 10 times a day on TikTok, just on one account. By the time it was January, I was like, why don't I just fucking double down on this shit? I'm seeing that it's mostly coming from TikTok. I was like, okay, dude, let's fucking go and open a second account. So we did a second account, and then boom, I started going crazy on that, posted this same two songs, going crazy. Even on the 3rd single that I started releasing in January, fucking started going ham at that shit. And by the end of that month, I hit like 2K monthly listeners. I was like, oh shit, this is working. Cool. I more than doubled what I had started in the new year. And so now I'm sitting around 3,500. There was kind of a lull in February, and that'll come and go, you know? That's going to happen. As long as you're playing this non-paid advertisement game, that's going to happen with some of the algorithms. But what I'm trying to do is I'm securing people through an email list. So that's important. You want to set up a system that makes it easy for you to post content, right? So the goal is to top of funnel, where people first see my video, they like indie rock, they like alt rock, they like the song, they come in, they dive in more, they check out the rest of my discography, then perhaps they either stream the song itself, or they and maybe as a result of them streaming the songs and all my songs, they then join the email list because they just like that song or they like those songs. So yeah, I have a link tree, and I have this, I use MailChimp for an email list, and I follow the system that I've seen Troy Titley do. I'm not paid advertising for fucking, I'm not getting paid any commissions from Troy Titley. He's just helped me out so much. I'm putting on free game, and that's helped me out a lot with what I'm doing now. I'm documenting this journey and how I'm going to get to 100,000 monthly listeners. And not only that, but I'm also going to get a bunch of people on my email list and find a way to live on top of what I'm currently doing right now as a musician. I play in a wedding band on the Jersey Shore. I live off of performing music right now, but it's all cover songs. I want to see if I can match that with original music, like alone. Not considering my side hustles and all that. I just want my original music alone, whether it's from like direct to consumer sales, from using Even or using MailChimp, like my email list, to like sell CDs or vinyls or merchandise or streams off of Spotify. Have all those combined to the point where it matches what I'm being able to do with performing cover music every weekend on the Jersey Shore. And so, yeah, so that's the goal. And I think right now the first goal is to hit 100,000 monthly listeners, right? So find trending copy, post it, make sure that the video content style that you're doing is so easy to make that it takes you less than 5 minutes to do. At this point now, I have multiple pages now. I have 3 pages doing that same video content style when I set them down the phone. And then I have a 4th lyric video page where it easily generates lyric videos for me. And I post like around 4 times there. So now in total, I'm posting about 22 to 30 times on TikTok alone, fucking a day. and it takes me like an hour. And so that's how I'm doing it for free. I'm spamming it, bro. And I'm making sure it's the best section of the song that people resonate with most. 2 specific songs that are doing my most top view songs. One just hit 12,000 streams. Now, at this point now, I'm starting to get like, I'm averaging like, and this just changed recently, I'm averaging around like 100 to 200 streams, probably now even sometimes 200 to 400 streams on those top two songs of mine a day as of this week. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is starting to be fucking awesome. I think the next goal is to get 1,000 streams per day. And then eventually it's going to be 1,000 listeners per day. Those songs are averaging about like 3 to 4 streams per listener, which means that it's resonating well. People are coming back to listen to the song more. With my other songs, I've been releasing a song a month, by the way, since I started back in last May. And I'm going to continue doing that. In fact, I'm just put on DistroKid my next song release, which is kind of in a similar genre to the top 2 songs. And I wanted to make that song. And I want to stick to an artistic integrity as I release these songs. I don't want to do what's viral. I want to, shit, even me doing alt rock. I used to make lo-fi beats. I was doing that because like I liked lo-fi beats, and at the time I smoked a lot of weed. Now I'm like straight stone cold sober. I don't do any of that shit. I work out way more. I'm a man of God. I follow Jesus Christ. I'm not falling into lust. I'm really dialed in. And so now just rock has always been a thing in my life, and I just gravitated to be most as a guitar player, as a singer, and it's what I think I do best. And regardless of whether it's trending or not, I think I can do well at it, and I think it best examples what I can do. I love hip hop as well though, and so I want to see if I can incorporate a mix of both. But right now, indie, alt rock, that's like my shit. So I'm gonna be fucking doing that, and I'm doubling down on that. And so I'm not trying to do what's trending. I'm trying to do what I think is dope and just make awesome stuff. And so I'm making sure, even though I'm doing this for free, that I don't compromise the sense of my artistic integrity. There's some leeways that I'll give when it comes to marketing. Marketing, you got to have it shallow. You got to have it what works and what people are used to on that content. In this case, on that format, which is on TikTok, very shallow. You're scrolling. You want to use the best things that keep them stopping, the best section of the song, the best copywriting that you get them to stopping, while simultaneously having that video be very easy to make so you can bust out a bunch every day. This is how I think I'm going to get to 100,000 monthly listeners. Posting 20 to 30 times a day. It takes me 30 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour, to get those videos done and edited and posted on all my pages. And you know what I mean? And so I'm going everywhere. I'm fucking posting these songs, bro. I'm gonna fucking do it. This video is like 22 minutes right now. Who knows who's gonna stay through it? But if you found this, I think this is a gem, because I'm gonna be documenting this as I go. This video, I'm gonna upload a video when I truly have a new update in mind. So that's gonna probably be either every week or every other week. But I will be uploading this because the videos will be just like this, me just talking. And maybe I'll have some on-screen text. Maybe I'll have some updates of the analytics and stuff like that. But I want to show you what can happen when you walk with God, when you believe in God, when not only that, you believe in God, obviously, but you also believe in yourself. You believe in what you can make. You believe in God, the talents that God gave you, and that you could just go ahead and fucking do it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I want to document each part of the journey that has been significant. So about weekly, maybe every other week, I'll be updating what's been going on, how I'm going to get to 100,000 monthly listeners. I'm at 3,500 right now. Since the beginning of this year, I was at 800. Now I'm 3,500 now. As of the making of this video, I've more than tripled what I did, I guess, in 3 months. So if we're going to continue that trend, if that keeps going, compounding wise, it's gonna, I will definitely hit it by the end of the year. I think so. Without meta ads, without fucking playlist placements, without having to do a label. Again, all indie. I'm doing this myself. Here's another context. I'm making indie alt rock. I mix the songs myself. I'm not paying. I just recently paid for a master of my song, but even then I'm like, maybe I can learn some soft clipping techniques, or just like fucking like whether I'm soft clipping groups of instruments or my vocals, or just, buses and my mix bus combined with, then a limiting technique that could make my sound louder, and I don't necessarily have to pay for mastering. I used Sage Audio for my most recent single that's about to come out. It's called Away. I'm mixing all myself. I'm releasing myself. I'm producing. I'm mixing. I'm playing all the instruments, kinda like on fucking. I use drums, addictive drums. So I either have loops on addictive drums, or I try to perform myself, and I try to do them. I play the bass. I play some of the keys. I play the keys. I just, fucking quantize them. I do this all myself. Essentially, the odds are stacked against me. I don't want to use any industry connections that I have from being in a cover band. I don't want to use any agency. I don't want to use any of that shit. I want to do this shit on my own, and I want to show you what's fucking possible when you fucking do this and you lock in, dude. You can do this. You can fucking do this. I'm doing this damn near for free. Other than paying through DistroKid, other than using this AI generated thing, this fucking lyric video page thing that I don't really have to use. I could kind of just use CapCut and just get some stock footage. Or, I'm only doing this just for the sake of efficiency. I don't have to edit crazy videos. I don't want to take too much longer on these videos. I want to just get them all banged out in an hour and then fucking go about my day. Because I got shit to learn. I got shit to do. And this is where my business aspect mind comes into it. I don't want to necessarily, I know it's going to take investment, but I can't afford any more debt right now. So I want to see what I can use with my current resources now to get, like, really if I can somehow get like 50K streams on both of those songs, 100K streams, that'll probably get me, from what I learned from the lo-fi days, when I got like 50K streams, I got like $100-ish dollars. So if I could get like $200 from this, I could then reinvest it into itself, whether it starts to become a profitable system already from posting for basically free. And so I'm like, okay, once I start seeing that that's working and I have songs that are like tried and true and I'm seeing that are already working now, which I'm already starting to see now, I'm like doubling down on the songs that work, the sections of the songs that work, the video formats that work. I'm now experimenting with different types of copywriting. So not only am I saying the titties jiggle thing, but I'm also trying to see, okay, well, that video format where it's not me performing, what if I perform but I have that copywriting there? Or a different type of copywriting that's nonchalant-esque, like, is working. Let's test it out. So I'm always testing. I'm always iterating. I'm always seeing what's good. You can't be stagnant, all right? This video is fucking long. Who knows who stays through it? But again, if you're watching this, I hope you're taking some notes, because fucking this is a gem right here, bro. Because I'm showing how I will get to 100,000 monthly listeners. I am gonna fucking do this. So, yeah. That's my journey. That's where we're at right now. And follow along if you want to see how I get there. So this is basically day one.